Got my N64 video game collection on deck here. And, I would like to add music back to my videos. So the thing is this. I usually would stream Sirius XM, the mobile app, to my wireless speaker that I have. And I used to have a tablet to do that with while I would record on this cell phone. I sold the tablet. My laptop has a Bluetooth feature, but I can't get it to work or connect. And then I called Lenovo or I called Bose, and they're like, well, yeah, you need a Lenovo driver or Microsoft driver. I don't know. It's like too complicated for me. But anyway, still no music to accompany these videos, but whatever. Yeah, the N64 collection, I think one of the last video game collections for me to redo for this current channel of mine. Here's Mario Tennis. All these games are complete. The games themselves are actually upstairs in a separate little drawer, but these are the boxes. I don't think... There might be some games in some of these, but most are empty. But here's Banjo-Kazooie. This is a great game. If I recall, I made it to the very end, and I'm at the last boss or whatever, and I just stopped playing it. I'm pretty good about that. Playing a game almost to completion, only to just say forget it and move on to something else. So, this is Shadows of the Empire, one of the main reasons I bought the N64 way back when. This is pretty good. I did finish this game with a little help from maybe Nintendo Power back in the day. I'm not sure if there were any codes for this, but anyway, pretty cool box art. I'm not sure where this stands now as far as... Actually, this is not part of the continuity anymore. I think this no longer is relevant. I threw out the expanded universe and they're starting fresh. So Dash Rendar no longer exists officially. Here's Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. This is pretty good. Not bad. Required the expansion pack there. And this game was a friggin' chore. I did not finish this game. This Donkey Kong 64. This was nothing but a giant fetch quest. And I completed a great deal of this. Maybe, I want to say at least 80% I finished, but then I just got exhausted with it and just said, fuck it. Yeah. So anyway, this game I think I picked up on the cheap. Command & Conquer 64. You know, really cool game. I never quite figured out how to play it. I used to just kind of like, build stuff and attack stuff, and I was never very strategic about my planning. I never scored very high in it, but I do recall having some fun with this game, Command & Conquer, which I think is a very popular game series from the PC. Here's my one and only sealed video game in my N64 collection. It's a copy of Perfect Dark from Rare. And I also picked this up on the cheap, probably back when, the N64 was not so popular. You could buy, I think this was $9.99 on eBay, like $9, $10, whatever, plus shipping. Now you probably pay a little more for that. Sealed games are becoming a very hot collector's item. For those that collect video games, even games that still have the box and instructions. I regret selling some of my other video games because, I had Castlevania 4 and Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo, complete boxed. And now at least Castlevania 4 is a pretty sought after game. And it's got a lot of value to it, like over $100 it goes for now on eBay. Here's Star Fox 64. This is the game that came with the expansion pack, and this is an excellent game. I hear really good things about the 3DS version, or the remake. Unfortunately, that physical copy of that is no longer available. It's been discontinued, so to find one in the wild is probably not going to happen, and I prefer to buy games, the physical copies of the game. I suppose at some point I could just download it, which seems to be where everything is going. Downloadable games. But still an excellent game. Star Fox 64. This next one is probably my most recent pickup. And this is a few years ago at that. This is Doom 64. This is an excellent game. Probably one of the best versions of Doom on any platform. The only thing about it is it's pretty dark, meaning you got to really turn the contrast up on the TV when you play it because you can't see shit. And the animation is horrendous. Like the enemies have like 2 frames of animation. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it's pretty choppy. But the maps are great. Just a great Doom version. The Doom 64 here. And I got also a copy of Blast Corps. I've never played this game. Heard good things about it. And another one that I picked up on the cheap on eBay. I want to say maybe at least 10 years ago. So the Blast Corps. There is one game I would really love to get, and I'm looking around for it on eBay, and that's Killer Instinct Gold for the Nintendo 64. I remember trying to rent that once at a local video store. Back when you can go to the video store, when they had video stores and they'd rent video games. I rented Killer Instinct. I remember bringing it back to my friend's house. It didn't work. Took it back. They gave me another copy. Didn't work. So I don't know why it wasn't compatible with my N64 at the time, but never actually played the game. Here's Ken Griffey Jr. Slugfest. I had both this and the first one. I think it was called Winning Run. And the first version was definitely the better version. Just like with the Super Nintendo versions of Griffey, the Super Nintendo, the first Griffey Jr. game, I think is way better than the one that came out after that was produced by Rare. Maybe that was called Winning Run. I don't know, but I think the first Nintendo 64 was called Ken Griffey Presents Major League. I don't fucking know. I don't know anymore. It doesn't matter. This is The Legend of Zelda, an all-time classic. This is not, or was not, the game's not in here. It was not the gold cartridge version. It was the basic gray cartridge. And this also was remade for the Nintendo 3DS, and I missed the boat on that as far as getting a physical copy is concerned. I mean, that is if I don't want to pay like $70, $80, because it's been discontinued, and of course, once that happens in the secondary market, the prices go through the roof. All-time classic, GoldenEye 007. And there was a pretty good cheat code for this, I think, to unlock a lot of different stuff that I could not otherwise do, because I wasn't that good. What's this, 1997 maybe? But this game is, yeah, it's definitely an all-time classic. Here is one game that I still can't believe that I finished all the way 100%, and this is Diddy Kong Racing. And it's like Mario Kart, but it's Diddy Kong and his cast of characters. And I actually got all 47 balloons, and pretty freaking insane to achieve that. I used to be much better at video games back then than I am now. This would have been, what, 1997, 1998? But a great game, and one that I've actually completed 100%. Very few of those exist in my game library. Here's Star Wars Rogue Squadron. This was a fantastic game. Most of it's, I think all of it's actually planetary based. No outer space battles, but still at the time the best Star Wars game to ever come out for any game platform, home platform, excluding the PC versions of, let's say, X-Wing or TIE Fighter, which are just probably the best all time. Yeah, it's a Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Here is Super Mario 64. This I bought with the system. I forget if I bought it separate or if it came inside the system. But this was definitely, everybody had this game. If you had a Nintendo 64, you had Mario. And part of the reason was this was the only game I think that came out with the system. There was this game and maybe Pilot Wings or something. There was like 2 games, and that was it for like 6 months. Yeah, Super Mario 64. And lastly, this is probably one of my most, I guess, valuable games or rarest games in all my video game collections. This Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine, because this game was only available to purchase online from the LucasArts website at the time. And I believe also you could rent this game at like Blockbuster. But I bought it. And I actually liked it. It just had glitchy as all hell, and I didn't finish it either. But there were some good parts, and I thought it was pretty fun. The graphics were pretty, I guess, typical for the N64. But this is, again, it was an online exclusive, and I paid full retail, which was $49.99, I think, plus shipping, or maybe it was free shipping. But there you have it. That's my Nintendo 64 game collection. And I think I'm all out of game collections to show. Maybe, I don't know if it's worth showing my Wii collection. It's very small. My Wii is very small. But I have maybe half a dozen, maybe 6 or 8 games on the Wii, and then I have the Wii U now. But that's it for my retro gaming stuff. The Nintendo 64. The hobby room is progressing nicely. I got an ottoman in today for seating purposes, and I'm going to have a video soon of some recent retro gaming pickups as well. Thanks for watching this, and I will see you next time.